It is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and I'm super excited for this episode. I've been a longtime fan of this man, had an opportunity to meet him in Chicago last November. His story is inspiring. And, just last week jumped on Instagram and he wants a fight, damn it. So we're going to talk to him about all that and more. The one and only Brennan Ward. Sir, how are you?
Good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show, yo.
Yo, absolutely, and I appreciate it. First and foremost, let me just ask you, what has this transition been like since PFL purchased Bellator? I know you haven't fought yet, but behind the scenes, can you kind of take me behind the scenes how it's been like for you just looking to get a fight?
Yo. Dude, I mean, yo, I'm not gonna I mean, shit. Dude, I had it made at Bellator. I had it fucking made. And I never wanted to fight anywhere else ever again. And I mean, I almost went as far as saying, like, once when Bellator when they were gonna be no more, I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm not fighting for anybody but Bellator. Like, the I don't know, man. So, and as far as the transition goes, like they told me, yo, they offered me a fight on the Bellator versus PFL show, right? I said yes. I wanted to fight this kid. I forget his name. So I said yes. The kid said no. So they scrapped the whole fight instead of like looking for a new opponent. And I get it. It was like last minute. It seemed like they were throwing the show together. It was pretty quick. It was a sick show too. It was fucking sick. But anyways, so I thought I was gonna be on that, and then they were like, all right, like we'll push it to Belfast. I was like, all right, straight. So and then I heard from my management team, they were like, hey, they're gonna be at Mohegan Sun. So they like scrapped Belfast, and then they were like, yo, like we'll just have them fight at Mohegan. But I haven't heard anything. And yo, you know me, bro. Like I got a construction job in the union, and that's my shit. And I've been off work since the X Games, dude. At the end of January.
Right.
So that's like a month and a half. I haven't been working. Yo, I lost my insurance, so I'm going back to work Monday because I haven't heard shit. Yo, I had a window that I don't know. I've been really like pushing on the internet on social media, like yo, I need a fight. I need a fight. I had crickets, fucking crickets. So like, so I don't know. Like, what else can I do? What else can I do? Where like Bellator, when it was Bellator, yo, I had such a good relationship with all the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? So I could just, I'm not gonna drop names, but I could literally text the higher ups and be like, hey, what's up? And they'd be like, yo, like, what's up? Who like, you want to fight? Like, yeah. They're like, all right, who do you want to fight? Pick somebody. Fucking pick somebody. I'd be like, straight. You seen a couple of my posts last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, I bet who wants to fight? I bet, yo, DM me. You gotta have at least 20 fights. You gotta have at least a 500 record, and yo, I'll get you a contract. I'll get you a contract. Couple dudes wanted it, and then when it came time to sign that shit, they backed right the fuck out. But what? So I don't know, dude. PFL, yo, PFL is PFL. They got their guys. I'm not one of their guys. I don't fucking want to be one of their guys, honestly. If that shit gets me in trouble by saying that, fucking whatever, dude. I say what I say. I am who I am. So I don't know.
Well, I
I've
know
been,
that. I think the MMA community knows that Brennan Ward is Brennan Ward, but I want to hopefully help because I love the call out that you had. But we'll get to the fight here in a second. You mentioned the show, the crossover show that they did earlier last month. You said it was a sick show, and I do agree it was a sick show. But let me ask you this: as a guy who could pick up the phone and get a fight easily when Bellator was around, how much pride did you take seeing, especially on the main card, Bellator going 5-1?
Rusty, dude. I take a lot of pride in being a Bellator guy. I really do. Like, yo, we never tried to be the UFC. We never wanted to. Yo, fucking keep your shit. Keep your fucking shit. We never wanted to be the UFC. Yo, because we knew, dude. The UFC is the UFC. That's, they are who that. Nobody's gonna be the UFC. So Bellator, we never tried to be the UFC. We had our own guys. We had our own swag. Yo, we were swagged out. I loved it, man. And like when they dusted Ryzen, and then they dusted the PFL. Like, what's up, dude? We fucking rule. And it just sucks that it sucks that they couldn't figure out the logistics, man, behind it. Like, it's crazy that the numbers didn't make sense. We had so many good guys and so many good personalities, and I don't know, man, like so many badass up and coming dudes. I don't know, man. It really does break my heart that it's gonna be dissolved. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we are the second best promotion in the world, like hands down, hands down. There was there was nobody else. There's nobody that. I mean, we were in second by a long shot, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know that.
Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, like you said, take a lot of pride that comes with that. One thing that's interesting, and I remember having the opportunity to cover your fight last year in South Dakota, and you you were asked about boxing. I don't think it was by me, but you were asked about boxing. And one thing that has been shown is PFL is allowing their fighters to go off and do other ththings, boxing being one of them. Would you entertain going, all right, if I can't get an MMA fight, let me go box somewhere?
Yeah, for sure. Yo, and that's in my Bellator contract too. Bellator would let me box. That's just written in my contract. And yeah, I would for sure. But yo, like, I'm not the greatest on social media. I'm not the greatest at like marketing myself. So like, I really don't have this like star power that a lot of these dudes who can't fight half as good as I can. They got this like star power, dude, where they can, like they really. I mean, I got like a core group of fans, dude. I got a core group of fans. You know what I'm saying? And I think if I had a little more like, if I had a bigger following, I could probably get a huge boxing fight. Cause I'll dust people, dude. Even like when I fought Sabat, when I fought Logan, dude, I was not 100% in either one of those fights. I was like 50%. I'm 100% healthy right now. And it's a shame, dude, that like nothing's happening for me right now, because like I feel good, man. Like, I feel real good. I would box anybody. I'll fucking light dudes up. It just sucks that I'm not getting the opportunity to do it. But it is what it is. You're not gonna see me bitching about it, dude. I ain't gonna bitch. I'll just go back to work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make money for my family, and that's how I roll.
And it's crazy that you say you don't have the star, dude. I've always looked at you as being not only just one of like Bellator's biggest stars, but just one of the best stars in the fight game. I think it's just the respect I have for your fighting game and really your backstory. But just all in all, you're just a great representation of this sport. Whether it be going through the ups and downs, overcoming adversity, or the way you fight, all of the above, I think it makes you a star. But the reason we are here, obviously, is the one thing that grabbed my attention was your social media. You called for a fight with Impa Kasanganay. Impa said he was down. I mean, is it? Are you at the point where you're like, just send me anybody, or does this Impa fight specifically intrigue you?
Yo, I want to fight, dude. Yo, I think at this point in my life and in my career, yo, I only want to fight dudes that got big names. I'm not gonna fight. I don't want, or some like dirty prospect. I'll fight either a dirty prospect, or I'll fight dudes like Impa. They got a big name. Yo, he's good, and I think me and him, so like the dudes I target, I'm not targeting Impa because like, um, so like Impa popped into my mind because me and him we would have a nasty fucking fight. We would scrap, me and that
Yeah,
dude. We
you
would go
would.
toe to toe. A big fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Be a big fight.
When looking at opponents, especially now where your focus is when talking about bigger opponents or like a dirty prospect, are you looking for guys who are only going to electrify with you opposite in the cage, and not guys who just want to wrestle you or take you to the ground? Like, you want these stand and bang type fights?
Oh, exactly, dude. Exactly. Um, and fucking, dude, it sucks that I fucking tore my shit. Yo, when I fought Logan, I mean, it's not hidden. It's not hidden fucking info, bro. I had a torn labrum. My labrum's still torn, but it's been torn for like 5 years, whatever. And my bicep tendon was torn, and the UCL ligament in my elbow was torn when I fought Logan. I did that shit 3 weeks before the fight, but it was a main event. And I said, yo, if I can fucking crack him, I can fucking knock him out. And yo, I was stopping his takedowns in the first round with one arm, dude, with one fucking arm. If I could run that back with a fully healed arm, I'll fucking smoke him, dude. Fucking smoke him. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'll put my whole purse. Dude, I'll go to Vegas with my whole I'll put all my purse on myself, dude. No, there's no two ways about it. That fool could not take me down right now. No fucking way. No way, dude. So, but going back to the question you just asked, yeah, like I want to fight dudes. I want to fight dudes who are gonna put on a show. This is the entertainment industry, and that's why I'm still kicking around after 12 fucking years, bro, at the high level, because I put on a show, man. Yo, meet me, yo, give me some dudes that want to bang with me and put on a show, and we're gonna light it up. We're gonna fucking light it up.
Yeah, and for that reason alone, I think it should be of the utmost importance to get you back into the cage. Now, I think there's a lot of question marks from everyone on the outside looking into the PFL Bellator merger. We kind of had an understanding of, all right, we're going to have 8 events with Bellator. I believe it is. 6 are going to be overseas. 2 are going to be in the States. If Mohegan Sun is the rumor, I'm down for that. Obviously, would love to see you on that card. Are you just like at the point where would you even be open to joining the PFL season if that was allowed?
Nah, I don't think so, man. Honestly,
It's just Bellator events for you then.
Bellator, man. Yo, just Bellator. Just Bellator. Fuck, dude. I feel a couple certain ways about the PFL. Well, I mean, technically, like, I'm fighting for them right now. And if I really speak my mind about it, like, who knows how they could fuck me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got one fight left. They could be like, yo, fuck you. You want to fucking run your mouth? Now you're not fighting. Now you can't fight anywhere. I mean, I guess, and then not release me. Who knows? But there's got to be a lot of fighters that are frustrated like I am. There has to be. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, there definitely is. So let's just put this out there. Like, what is your like? You've called on, the rematch with Logan. You've called for Impa. Impa's down. If you have one fight left on your contract, you've got to be the main event. You've got to be Mohegan Sun, right? Like, let's get you the biggest fight possible.
Yeah, man. I've never been one to be picky about who I fight. I've never been one to be picky. But like right now, dude, I'm feeling kind of picky. Like I want to fight at 185. I'm over cutting weight. I don't like cutting weight. Yo, I seen the UFC might have like a 175-pound weight class. That shit would be perfect for me. But like, yo, I'm down to fight 185. Dude, I recently got real tight with the kid Dalton Rasta. Yo, but like there was a point in time where, dude, me and him would have been the fucking sickest fight they could have made. Dude, me and fucking fireworks, yo, but like, I'm not trying to fight him now. First, he's a fucking moose, dude. You know what I'm saying? Not that like that could be an issue. He's a moose. But like, yo, he's also he's a great kid, man. And he's a funny kid. He's a good kid. I really don't want to fight him, but like a fight like him. You know what I'm saying? Like if me and him never got tight, that would have been the fight to make. I'm telling you, man. And yo, they dropped the ball by not making that fight when me and him were fucking going back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we're like too similar, dude, and like we're boys now. You know what I'm saying? I think that kid's got a hell of a fucking future. Yo, and like to keep him on the shelf? Why the fuck is Dalton Rasta on the shelf, dude? Why is that kid? I seen a couple 185-pounders fighting in Belfast. Like, I even commented on the shit on Instagram. I said, yo, Dalton, fucking break these kids in two. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how the fuck are you gonna shelf a kid like that? I don't know, man. It's whatever, dude. They're the business people. I'm just, what am I? I'm just a carpenter / fucking banger. What the fuck do I?
Well, I think the fight world knows that you deserve it and you need to get back in there. I know that everyone is missing you in action. Having the chance to finally watch you fight in person in South Dakota was a treat for me, but I just can't see why, like you said, Dalton Russell. I mean, there's a list of names that are growing.
A list of dudes.
There's
guys, man. And I don't know. It's in like and everybody's in the dark. Everybody's in the dark right now about what's happening. So I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell.
Well, before, because I do want to ask you a couple questions outside of the cage, because you and I have spoken in person, and you know that your story means a lot personally to me. But I do want to ask you before I get into that, your final message to whether it be an upcoming opponent, the PFL. You've got this one fight. What's your message like to get this fight, to get a fight going sooner rather than later for you?
I mean, they know. They know. They know I'm down to fight whoever, whenever. I need somebody to step up. I need somebody to step up. But you know what, dude? Fuck Ward. Fucking fuck him, dude. Let's go. What's up, Ward? You want to go? Like Sabah did. Sabah's they let Sabah go.
That was surprising to me. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That fool can knock anybody out at any fucking minute, dude. And you're gonna let a dude like that go? And once again, there's got to be some method to madness because, he's probably one of the last dudes. I would have let the whole top 5 go before I let him go. That's just how. I'm serious, dude. I'm not fucking bullshitting you.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
And that kid will fight 185. He'll fight anybody.
Right.
That kid will fight anybody. The only one. He's the only one that had a ranking that was like, fuck it, I'll fight Ward. That dude's got balls, yo. That dude's got fucking balls, man. And I'm fucking cool with him too. I wish they never let him go. Me and him could run it back at Mohegan. Because no one else fucking wants it. And I know he wants another go. He wants another go bad. Out in Chicago, he was itching. He would have fought me outside the hotel. You know what I'm saying, bro? He would have fought me outside the hotel that night.
Yeah. So, I mean, you keep naming names, but I'll go back to the one that really grabbed my attention. I don't know what his plans are. Obviously, he won the title last year, but is Impa one of like your top targets?
Yeah, I think Impa's my top target, and he did really well against Johnny. Johnny had as off of a night as Johnny could have possibly had. He looked like 50% of what I seen Johnny look like. You know what I'm saying? And but that happens in the game. That happens. Dudes have off nights, and it sucks that if you have an off night, and he still won. That just goes to show how good Johnny is.
Right.
That fucking kid's a stud. He's a stud. I don't know how that kid's not like a real superstar. Like a real superstar. Like I see on Instagram, he finally hit like 50,000 followers. I think I messaged him one time. I'm like, you should. At the time he had like 14,000 followers. I'm like, you should have 14 million followers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so good. But anyways, he had an off night, still won. That kid's fucking like ridiculously good. I think he'll beat the UFC champ right now for sure, for 100%, dude.
Drake is the places, yeah.
He'll fucking beat him for sure. But yeah, Impa, man, that fight really attracts me. Really attracts me.
I think it attracts the fight world. Let's just hope that it can come together. And obviously that's one, like I said, it caught my attention. Then Impa's obviously down for it. So I think that's the fight to make. Now, with this being one fight left on your deal, if things were to come together in a way that you would like it to, would you be open to re-upping for a new deal, or you just want to be a free agent after and see where things may land?
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. PFL just seems so like the PFL. I know they do the tournament style, but they seem like they look to me like they just want to be like the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't know MMA and like I tuned into a PFL fight, I would probably think that was the UFC. You know what I'm saying? We're like Bellator. We had our own thing. We had a different looking cage. Like we had our own shit, man. Dark colors, man. The fucking black and red. We were awesome. And big, sponsored by Monster, dude. You know what I'm saying, man? Like I'm personally, I'm sponsored by Monster. Probably like the best thing I've ever had going for me in my professional career is being back on Monster. And I don't know, man. I guess we'll see what happens, man, after this fight. But like I told my manager for the last 3 weeks, I said, dude, I need a contract by Friday. Contract by Friday. contract by Friday. This is the last week. I just signed to go back to work Monday. Like I'm going to start a big job on Monday. Like I'm going back to work. And unless I have assurance that I'm fighting, it's Wednesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday. Yo, we got 3 days. We got 2.5 days. It's 12:30 on the East Coast. It's lunchtime. Yo, I got 2.5 days to tell me that I'm fighting or I'm going back to work. I got bills to pay and mouths to feed. You know, I got 2 little kids. You know, my chick, I got a baby. My chick stays home with the baby. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I gotta work. It is what it is, bro. I gotta feed my family. You know, you gotta tell me I'm fighting. You got 2.5 days. I'm not trying to give you an ultimatum here, but I'm giving you an ultimatum here. You know?
Right. And just for those who may not be as familiar with your story or anything, but how would that work then? Okay, so you go back to work, but let's say a week and a half from now, you're in the middle of the job and your manager calls you with a great fight. Are you turning it down?
Maybe, probably. Yo, we had all this time, dude. I've been off of work, so I went to the X Games at the end of January. So I left my job at the end of January, and I was gonna go back. I was gonna go back to work after the X Games, and and my manager was like, "Yo, like it might be on in February at the end of February," and I'm like, "Let's fucking roll, let's roll, dude, let's go." And if the dude said yes, if the kid said yes, who they offered me, it was gonna be on, but he said no. So then they're like, "All right, then we're thinking Belfast," and like I don't know if we ever had confirmation from PFL or Bellator that Belfast was on, but that only made sense in our heads. It's like, yo, if they want you to fight on the February card. Then they're definitely gonna. Oh, motherfucker! I just cut some dude off. Sorry, guy. If they were like, if they wanted me to fight in February, then they're probably gonna definitely want me to fight in March, right? That's
Right.
that's how I saw it. So I stayed out of work, training, like probably training like 50%, wrestling with my college 2-3 days a week, a little bit of boxing, a little bit of weightlifting, and you know how I get down. And and now now I was like in limbo. I was in limbo. I'm not the kind of dude who does good in limbo. I need to either have a contract, training full time for a fight, or I need to be working full time work at construction, bro. I don't do good. Idle time is not good for me. You know what I'm saying? I start fucking off. Eventually, I will start fucking off. You know? Not to say I'm gonna like really fuck off, like people might be thinking when they hear this, like, oh, he's gonna fucking do drugs again, man. But nah. But like my mind starts to wander. I get distracted. You know what I'm saying? So, so that being said, the last 3 weeks, this is it. This is it. I need a contract, or else I'm not fighting for a while until the job's over. You know.
And that would be
So
unfortunate for all parties involved, obviously. And one thing I've loved about not only getting a chance to interact with you, but also just hearing your story and learning more about Brennan Ward, the person as well, is like you are basically the prime example of why I got into this sport 7-8 years ago. Because yeah, everyone's an athlete. They get into the cage, but there's so much more backstory to that. And like you said, like with idle time, I can sit here and I've said it on this podcast about myself. I've been open about my mental health struggles on social media. And when I'm idle, I'm shit. I'm almost dog shit. When I'm not doing interviews or writing, it's the same thing for fighters. When you're doing other sports that are big here in the States, like football, basketball, you got practice, you got walkthroughs, you got all this. MMA, it's up to you to get off your ass, go to the gym. It's up to me to get off my ass, come to this laptop, do these interviews. And that's why I really connect with guys like you. And that's really why your story, not only, just the journey and, the battle with drugs and everything that you've been through, not only hits close to me, not because of my own battle, but losing people to that battle, losing someone super close to me. I'll say this, and I've said this to you privately, and I'll say it on the show. I remember when you did your interview with Ariel, I want to say it was like about a year ago. I was rearranging my room and I heard your story. Now, Nolan King did a great piece on you. I read that, but hearing you talk about your story hit so hard that when you were announced in South Dakota, I was moving mountains in my personal life to make sure I went to that fight. When you've gone through hell and back and everything you've gone through in your life, not in just in your career, but in your life, What gets you off the couch every day?
My kids, man. My kids. You know, like I got two little teeny lives that literally depend on me. They literally depend on me. You know, and dude, that can be scary, man. You know, and so, you know, sometimes when I am in this like limbo mode, you know, I get so, dude, I get so like self consumed, like with my thoughts and how I'm feeling. Like, oh fuck, I'm depressed. I'm fucking anxious. I don't know about work, dude. I stress work. I stress training. I stress fighting. I stress, you know, finances like everybody else. Oh, I gotta do work on my house. I like get so fucked in my head, so fucked. And then I remember, boom, these two little kids are just like staring up at me. I'm like, whoa, 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 all right, baby girls, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So it's my kids that keep me going, dude. I was flying down a terrible fucking path, you know, before my first daughter was born. And even when my first daughter was, dude, I wasn't even home for the first year of her life, dude. I was in fucking jail. I was in fucking rehab, back to jail, back to rehab. So like it took me a minute, you know, to get, you know, to get used to that account, like that's real accountability, dude. That's real accountability, you know? So to answer your question, my kids, man, my kids, they need me. They fucking need me. There's nobody else. You know, my wife for sure, but
Right.
girls need their dads, man.
Yeah.
Girls need their dads because I know girls. I grew up with girls who had shitbag dads, and some of them didn't turn out. I wouldn't want my daughters turning out some of the way these girls turned out, and I'm just speaking real right now. You know.
No. That's why I've always wanted to interview you because I knew you would speak real. Now, this may sound like a dumb question, but I think you're going to understand why I'm asking it. Obviously, you know, your career has gone the way it's gone. Your life has gone the way it's gone. It could have went another way. You could have just been this undefeated fighter, hit the start, you know, the spotlight, and everything be handed to you, and everywhere you go. Not to say that people don't always love and appreciate your presence, but are you happy and grateful for the road that you've had to travel in your career and in your life because it's gotten you to where you're at now with your wife, with your two beautiful daughters? Or would you have rather been like, I'd rather just go be an undefeated fighter, world beater?
Nah, dude, I was never cut out for that undefeated fight. I, I was never cut out for that. I'm a little too, not like, I mean, I don't want to say like rugged or rough around the edges, but like I was just never cut for that. I was always kind of this like against the grainy, kind of rugged, kind of rough around the edges type of guy, and my life just like followed that course. That was like that was like a, you know, like a predetermined path for me, dude. You know, everything I did, and dude, I could have been so much. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to not still be in fucking prison, dude. Like some of the shit I got away with, bro. Come on, man. Come on, dude. I wish I could talk about it. I can't. You know what I'm saying? They're like, whoa, fucking could investigation still. I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like gnarly shit, dude. That I did. That like I couldn't even help it. Like I was just like compelled towards that life, like for so long, and even since I was little, dude. Like I always wanted to kind of like, I was always the one that wanted to fucking do not bad shit, but I was always the one doing crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? That so it would have been so hard for me to follow like the life of like a undefeated fighter. Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I never done it. It would have been so it would have been impossible for me. I would have had to fight I would have to fight like my instincts and like my I would have to fight way too much to do that. I would have to change everything about my life, you know. But yeah, I don't want that to come off wrong, dude. Because
No, I think it comes out. No, I think people understand. Like, but and I know that's why I asked the question because you know my next question. If you look at this sport, there's people like yourself, Jared Gordon of the UFC comes to mind. So many people who have faced and fought demons outside of the cage, outside of being in combat sports. And it's not just drugs, right? It's some are alcoholics, some have had child abuse. There's so many things that lead when you watch the NFL draft in April and 50 days from now, they're going to talk about this first round pick who's about to make $20 million. He lost his father when he was young and it inspired him to play football. They're all going to have inspiring stories, but they're also all making $20 million as a first or a second round pick. there is something so unique and so special that hits me hard about fighters who make X amount of money, and it's not millions, it's 5 figures at best. And then they have to pay off everyone and taxes and coaches and all of that, but they still get into the cage no matter what they've been through: abuse, drugs, alcohol. What do you think it is about MMA specifically for yourself and for so many people that brings those who have been through hell in life into the cage?
What a question, dude. What a question. Man, what definitely cut from a different cloth, pro fighters. Definitely, man. And it's like, yeah, because unless you're what I would love to see, I would love, and and if someone took the time, you could 100% find the statistics. You could find the number. You could find the percent of fighters that are making enough money, not only to support their family, to support their life, put money away for savings and all that. Dude, it's in the single digit percents. It's in the single digits.
Yeah.
You understand? So it takes a special guy, a special girl, to go, and put yourself in that position, man. And we don't get, like, the NFL dudes. You have a bad game. MLB, NFL, NBA, dude. You have a bad game, dude. Guess what? Tomorrow night. It's all right, bro. You went 0 for 4 tonight. Hey, don't worry about it, dude. You could go. You go 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and a fucking double. And you're the man, dude. You gotta sit, us fighters, here's $20, and now you gotta wait 6 months for some redemption. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we are competitors. We're competitors. We love to fight. I don't know what it is, dude. Like for me, I don't know why I keep coming back to this. I do not know why. Like, it's more money. It is, a lot of it is the money. A lot of it is the money, because I work my ass off in construction, dude. And to make 100 grand a year, well, like, working a union job, you make 100 grand a year, but
Right.
you pay for it, dude. You fucking pay for it. Like, my hands, dude. My hands are so beat up, not from fighting. Not from fighting, dude. I could fight bare knuckle, dude. Punch the fuck out of somebody's head. My hands are straight. My hands are fucking hurting from construction, dude. My back is hurting from construction. So we work so fucking hard to get that money. Where I can make that money in one night fighting. Then I gotta go pay tax. I got a meeting with my tax guy tonight. Oh boy. But so part of the money. For me, a big part is the money. And then I can't speak for all other fighters. And then at the same time, for me, speaking personally now, I've always been, I love skateboarding, I love surfing, I love snowboarding. And now I'm back on Monster, and I'm getting the opportunity, to be a part of some of these events on the other side, with the skating, with the surfing, with the snowboarding. And that is at least half of the reason why I'm still doing this, still fighting, so I can be associated with Monster. I got some great friends in that company now too, man. They're like family to me, and I don't want to lose them. So I'm gonna keep fighting, for as long as I can, so I can be a part of Monster. So I don't have to. I can spend time with my kids. I don't have to. I'm not on the job site right now. I'm not on the job site, dude. My baby's inside. I'm gonna go inside and hold my baby. I'm gonna go pick my 4-year-old up at school in a couple hours. That shit's great, man. That shit is great. So for me, so we got money.
Yeah.
Got, the fact that I can be on Monster. I can hang out with my boys that are on that work for Monster, and spend time with my kids. That's it for me. For other fighters, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't talk to that many fighters, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
get that. Well, and I'll let you get to your family here in a minute. I just got a couple more for you, but my biggest one is it's one that hits personal for me. Obviously, anyone who follows my social media knows I lost a friend to drugs, and when I met you, we had a small, brief conversation, and I shared it with you and how your story inspired me to really just kind of let her rest. Finally, I think I talked to your guy Sean, and I said after meeting and talking to you, I was finally able, and it sounds weird to put that much, stake into a conversation with you and not trying to make you feel weird or anything. But when I finally talked to somebody who went through that journey, I told Sean, I was like, I'm able to let my friend rest now. I can just let her be, because for 3 years, I wasn't getting myself into super, like, crazy amount of trouble, but I had no motivation. I neglected friends, family, and it was like, hey, Mike, what are you doing this weekend? I don't care what I'm doing this weekend. I'm just waiting for my friend to walk back in the bar and say that she's here. She's not here anymore. So for you, whether it be somebody who's going through the battle of addiction themselves or someone who's been affected by it, what's your message to like keep going and how to persevere and get through it?
Man, dude, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's hard. You have to be so I, because I talk to so many people. I almost every day, or probably every day, I'm gonna say, I talk to social media about addiction, about recovery, about how I did it, and like my advice. And my biggest thing that I can say is you have to be okay with how bad it sucks and how hard it is. You have to just say, okay, dude, this is gonna be fucking terrible. It's gonna be terrible, dude, and it hurts for a long time. Yo, you don't get your brain back, dude, for like a year. So you have to be okay with getting up every day. It's not gonna be better today. It's not gonna be, and someday, oh, it gets better every day. No, it doesn't. It doesn't get better every day. Sometimes it gets fucking worse. It gets worse, dude. I'm not kidding you. It gets fucking worse. So you have to be okay with that because eventually it's gonna get better. One day, for me, it clicked. It's like, dude, it's like all of a sudden I was back. I didn't have this gradual, little bit, oh, I'm feeling better today, a little bit better today. Nah, man, for me, it came out of nowhere. But whether it comes on for someone else gradually or it comes on all of a sudden like it did for me, it's gonna get better. But you have to be okay with the suck. You have to like embrace that shittiness, that suck. It's a fight. It's a job, dude. Recovery is a fucking job. Like you dealing with, like mourning the loss of your friend and like processing that. That's a job, dude. That was yo. It took you 3 years, bro. You
Yeah.
had 3 years, man. You were like lost, dude. You were lost, bro. And that's terrible, man. You know? So families that that have kids, that are going through it. If you're going through it personally yourself and you're hearing this, you just be okay with it sucking. It's okay to suck. Yo, it's okay to lay on your couch and not do fucking jack shit for a month. Just don't do drugs. Just don't do drugs. Lock yourself up, man. Lock yourself up for a month. If you're not gonna do drugs and that's what you gotta do, you just gotta get through it. Get through it somehow. Somehow. Whether meetings didn't help me. Meetings never helped me because I never found anybody that was like me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like I was just a little too gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
I You're kind of a dork. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I was real fucking motherfucker. I was sniffing dope before I'm fighting on national television. Can you relate? Dude, you cannot. You know, yeah, you gotta find somebody. You gotta find a way. Find a way to deal with the shittiness. Because you get better. So fight, and let yourself be okay with how hard it is. Like why is this? Oh, why don't I feel better? Why? Fuck, I'm so fucking depressed. Yeah, dude, this is all part of it. This is all part of the fucking game. It's all part of the game, man.
Well, beautifully said, and I think we could put a bow on it here. Brennan Ward, let's get you a damn fight sooner rather than later. I know you said we got about 2.5 days. Hopefully that deadline is met, whether it's Impa, no matter who it is. I just want to see you back in there. In a sense, PFL owes it to their crowd to put on a Bellator event with you in the main event, to put you at the Mohegan Sun, and to give you an exciting fight. So, Brennan Ward, you've been gracious with your time. I appreciate all the time you gave me today. Finally got this done after about 2 years chasing an interview with you. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's awesome. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully we can talk when you got a fight scheduled.
Of course, man. Of course. As soon as it's dropped, bro. As soon as it's dropped, we'll link up. We'll talk again, man. It's a pleasure talking to you, bro. You should take pride in how good your game is, bro. I hope you deserve to blow up, and I hope you blow up. You ask all the right questions, dude. You're the fucking man. You're the
I
fucking.
appreciate that more than you know. Thank you so much.
Bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.